Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday the 16th of March 2023. In today's Millwall news, got a number of kind of quotes and opinion pieces and interviews and stuff. Not really anything meaty, but let's get into it. So this is from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. It wasn't pretty. Millwall defender gives verdict on championship win over Swansea City. Murray Wallace admitted that Millwall's 2-1 win over Swansea on Tuesday night wasn't pretty. The Welsh visitors completed 633 passes compared to the Lions' 143. Whoa, wow. Millwall had an XG of 0.48, Swansea's was 1.62, but goals from Charlie Cresswell and Andreas Voglsammers clinched maximum points. It was a difficult game, left-back Wallace told Millwall TV. It was a game where we didn't have too much of the ball. Most teams that come up against Swansea don't expect to have too much of the ball. They are heavily possession based. We did enough to win the game. It wasn't pretty at times, but we did exactly what we needed to do. You can't press them all over the pitch, especially so high as it opens up spaces. We wanted to press them at the right times and put them under pressure, but at times it's hard when you press one side and they get out of it. You can't keep pressing, you've got to get your shape, sit back and defend well. Former Crystal Palace and QPR boss Neil Warnock takes his struggling Huddersfield side to SE16 on Saturday. The Terriers have the worst away record in the Championship, taking just 10 points from 18 matches. Only Reading, 35, have conceded more goals on their travels than Town at 32. It's important we just focus on us, said Wallace. We've got 9 games to go now, and we'll see where it takes us. When the Den is packed out, it is a really formidable place and intimidating for teams to come here. It definitely helps us a lot. We want to have it packed out. It gives us the best possible chance. So there you go, Murray Wallace there. Indeed, indeed. And moving on now to this, also from londononline.co.uk. He's been unlucky. Millwall boss on summer signing not having more goals. Millwall boss Gary feels Andreas Voglsammers has been unfortunate not to have more goals this season. The German attacker has scored in back-to-back championship matches. His penalty earned a 1-0 win at Reading on Saturday, and Voglsammers, signed from Union Berlin before the start of the campaign, got their second in Tuesday's 2-1 victory over Swansea. I think he's been confident all the time, said Rowett. It's more getting him into those areas sometimes when you're a wide player for us, because we don't tend to dominate possession in games. You find you get pushed back up the pitch. He's been unlucky. I think he's hit the crossbar 4 times, so he could have easily added a couple more goals to that haul. Sometimes as a player, you get a little bit frustrated if you don't get those early goals at the start of your career with a new club. We spoke about the wide players being a goal threat being so important for us, because they work so hard for the team as well. We've got Berkey who came in, scored a goal and has been a threat. Duncan came in, been a threat. And you've got G and Vogis who are starting to step it up a bit. And that's what we need, competition for places. It will take us a long way. So there's Gary Rowett there, indeed. Yeah, he has been unlucky, but he's not really a winger, is he? I don't know what he is. What is he? He's basically a second striker. I don't think he's a centre forward who can lead the line. Which, when most teams play one centre forward up front, that's not really what you can do. So he's more like the auxiliary centre forward. And if teams don't play 2 up front, what are you going to do? So he's been asked to play out wide, and then I think in the Watford game when he played so well, and he scored. I think it was his first goal actually. And Rowett said that's what we've been telling him to do. That he needs to come inside when the ball's on the left and he's on the right. He needs to come inside. He needs to get in the middle. So he's acting like a second striker rather than a winger. So his position is to start on the wing, but when the ball's on the other side, he needs to come in and be that second striker. So there you go. And I imagine it's kind of difficult to get into that doing that, because I don't think he's been doing it. He was doing that in Germany. So here we go. This one is from southernnews.co.uk. Mill's consistent midfielder could feel like a new signing after missing most of the season. But the midfielder started the last 4 championship games for the Lions. Yes, and they're talking about Ryan Leonard, if you haven't figured it out. Yeah, that's him there in the blue. Yeah, he's been really good since he's come back. Really good. Especially, but here's the thing: he's been really good because you've had a lot of defending to do, and that's kind of what he's good at. In terms of put their foot on the ball and spray the passes around, that's not really him. He can do it now and then. I'm not saying he can't, but I think Billy Mitchell's better at that, and Saville as well to some extent. But in these games where we do have a lot of defending to do, he has been a very good player. Gary Rowett has been delighted by Ryan Leonard's performances since the midfielder returned from injury, explaining that he could play a big part in Mill's playoff push in the next few weeks. The 30-year-old picked up a serious hamstring injury at the end of August, ruling him out for a number of months as a result. He returned to the squad at the start of 2023 and was eased back into action, but his recent performances have certainly helped the Lions climb up the championship table. Leonard played 88 minutes against Luton Town and 89 minutes against Norwich City, for completing a full 90 minutes against both Reading and Swansea City. It shows that, at the moment, his fitness is back to the level it needs to be. Rowett is optimistic that he can continue to play regular in the final weeks of the season. He breaks up the game so well, manager said after Tuesday's win. He's got so good an energy and athleticism in there. I felt there was a little problem in the first half at times. That last metre of closing someone down against Swansea is always an important one. Sometimes you can get pulled into the slow nature of the game and become passive. I think there was no real intensity in it, which made it hard. What Lenny does, he breaks the game up and he breaks forward. I thought he showed some good sides to these games today. He had a good shot in the first half where he jumped onto a second ball. The keeper made a good save. It's going to be important for us. We've spoken about it before. Whether we can just keep going, I'm not sure. But at the moment, he's been a big factor in there for us. I've been really pleased with him. Well, there was a story last week saying that Ryan Leonard had given an interview. I think it was to the South Press, basically saying that it might have been something news. Basically saying I'm not worried about my contract, which is up in the summer. I'm just focusing in on playing and doing my best. Well, if you focus on playing and you do your best, that's how you get a new contract, isn't it? So, I think that situation where I don't know if he's playing for a contract or what's going on with that. Are they just waiting to see if his injuries is still going? If he's not going to get injured again, if his body is fully recovered, it's not a permanent ongoing thing before they dangle the contract underneath his nose. But here's the thing. From the 1st of January, he or his agent could be speaking to other clubs. So, and that, like, you know what I mean? How well is he? How good is he playing? Is another club going to come in for it? Think, isn't there? There are possibilities for him. I think away from Millwall. The story says, he's 30 years old, so maybe that's another thing as well in terms of, are Millwall going the way of Man United under Sir Alex Ferguson, where once you get over 30, you're only going to get a year at a time, and if he wants more than that, he's going to have to leave. Don't know. Maybe that's the delay, but we shall wait and see. But if he keeps playing the way he's been playing, he's definitely going to get a contract for Millwall, I'm sure. So that would be nice. Now the last story of the day. Secrets from southernnews.co.uk. Gary Rowett to keep Millwall's points target to himself at a promotion running. So he's not going to tell the players or the other coaching staff. Just going to be himself. The Lions will likely need to win 4 or 5 of their final 9 games to secure a top 6 finish. Probably. What did I say? I said in a video the other day, I think it was like 5 out of 10. So we've obviously got the win the other day, so it's probably like 4 out of 9 now. That's just to maintain what we've been doing in terms of points per game, 1.5. But I had a play with a table the other day. I made a table starting on January the 1st, 2023. We are something like the 3rd best team in the league. Our points per game since in this year, in 2023, is something like 2.22. So if we maintain our form this year in the 2023, the year of our Lord, and maintain that 2.22, then we should be looking at a very good number of points at the end of the season. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has an idea of what it will take for his side to secure a top 6 finish, but he will not be sharing it with his players ahead of the promotion running. The Lions moved back into the playoff places after wins against Reading and Swansea City, bouncing back from a little blip that saw them drew 2-2 with Luton Town, Kenilworth Road, and lose 3-2 at home to Norwich City. It will certainly give the players confidence ahead of their final games of the season, given that they have a much easier run-in than the rest of their direct promotion rivals. Millwall will still have to face West Brom, Luton, and Blackburn Rovers, but the rest of their opponents are all battling in the bottom half of the division. Rowett revealed that he has a target of what his side will need to do to achieve their goal, although he is adamant that he won't be telling the first team squad what it is. Instead, the message is to keep working hard and winning games in order to finish as high up the league table as possible. I certainly wouldn't share the target with the players, he told Music Then. Anyone can look at the last 10 seasons in the Championship and have a look at that spread of points, which would be anywhere from around 68 points to probably 76 to get you in the playoffs. There's no guarantee that any of those are going to do that. For us, when you focus on one goal, it's easy to focus on the day-to-day stuff. It's easier to focus on what we need to do in training to give ourselves the best possible chance of performing at the weekend, and what we need to do at the weekend to give ourselves the best possible chance of taking some points. Then we take whatever points that come, whether that's 0, 1 or 3, and we move forward. The problem at this stage is that you can sit here and say that a certain figure is what it will be. You don't know. The aim is to keep the targets quite simple, which are the bits that you can control, and that's the everyday stuff, the habits, the attitude, attacking, training with the intensity that's required, and a focus around some of the meetings to make sure that we're prepared. Anything other than that just takes care of itself. That's really how I view things, anyway. So there you go. Gary Rowett has a target in his head. So I imagine how you could tell if that's going well or not. It's based on his mood as we go along and if we're meeting our target. But like I said, since the start of the year, our points per game has been 2.22, which is incredible. And we have something like, 5 home games and 4 away games. And the away games, 2 of them are against Wigan and Blackpool, right in the bottom. So I mean, it's very, very real, and it's very, very doable. As Gary Rowett said, the players focus on training, on meetings, and on being prepared for the games that they face week by week by week by week. And there's only 9 weeks left, or less than that, because we've got 2 games over Easter, so 8 weeks left. This is it, boys. This is it. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.